Welcome back to Sonic Frontiers with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So it's time to do the final tower, the one where we face the Titans again. And because we are facing the Titans again, I'm going to speed up the things because I've already gone over each of the fights in this Let's Play. I'll still show them, but instead what I will do is play the music over the fights and just give my basic explanation of how they went, basically. So yeah, but firstly getting up the tower, of course, because of course we have to get there and meet the seemingly the King Koco. Yes, there's a King Koco, and this is easily the hardest of the trial towers in Final Horizon, even with the addition of the problem of going up the towers and everything and various things on easy mode. It's still the hardest of the lot, seriously. Well, maybe this is why I did put it on easy mode, because of all the bad stuff that had been mentioned online about these towers. But anyway, that being said, let's indeed go this way and boost. Why not? And no, I do not want to spin dash. It's unwieldy and probably will send Sonic careening over the tower and probably down into the thing below, forcing me to go all the way up through this tower again. Which is not something I want to do, mind, but yeah. And after that, on the next episode, we'll actually do the final boss, which, as I say, is kind of a mixed bag, but it does have probably one of my favorite supersonic transformations in the game. Seriously. And indeed, full stop, seriously. We'll get to that, but for now, we'll indeed just go straight to the top of the tower and face each of the Titans again. And of course, before that, Sonic converses with the King Koco. And Sonic being Sonic, he has to be the hedgehog with attitude. Of course he does. That has not changed, of course. I think the thing probably has changed is that Ian Flynn stopped using Baldy McNose hair. Probably a good thing. I think probably stopped being funny after Sonic Lost World came out. So yeah. Anyway, there's the Koco King.
Wow, somebody's feeling high and mighty. Anyway, Sage says you're the one who can turn the cyber corruption into new power. Is that right? And now you're a rock in a chair. Yeah, and I'm short on time, so if you want me to save your legacy, you're gonna have to fast-track this new power process.
As I've mentioned, we will face all three of the Titans, minus Supreme, of course, in this fight. As I say, you are given 600 rings if you're playing on easy mode. I believe it's 400 and if you are not. So yeah, the downside is because we are playing with Sonic here, and if we lose rings, we don't get to keep them. We have to start from Giganto's phase again. Yeah. And keep in mind that the ring counter does go down. The other thing I've noticed, Sonic's parry here. If you're playing on, dare I say, normal or hard mode, you are given the perfect parry, which lasts about, I think it's about 5 frames or something. Because I'm playing this on easy mode, it's a bit more easy to deal with in easy mode. So yeah. But that being said, yeah, not great if you're trying to dodge each of their attacks, which all of the Titans require you to do, especially Giganto and Wyvern. Seriously, and even then the button mashing is annoying, most certainly. Giganto was the easiest, of course, due to Sonic's new abilities. I'll say that because, yeah, it took me far less time to beat him with the new abilities I've gotten since, dare I say, Chaos Island. Yeah, I think I got most of Sonic's abilities by then. So yeah, and his uppercut really does some damage to Giganto as well. And yes, the cutscenes still play here, even in regards to the thing, so yeah. Wyvern's the most annoying, however, we'll get to him in a moment. With Wyvern, what I had to do is, well, firstly you have to do the whole tower climbing thing that was at the beginning. Yeah, no leeway here. I'm down to 490 rings here. I'd have even less on normal modes, yeah. And then you have to wait until Wyvern comes, just like before. Then homing attack him, and then do the whole not Starlight Carnival bit again, going down the psychedelic things. At least you can actually skip the cutscenes. That's one saving grace, but not a great one. If you do die, you have to start from Giganto all over again, such as the Master King's trial here. Seriously, even sped up, this seems to take ages. Granted, I am playing the boss themes while I'm doing this, because they do not play during these segments, of course, but might as well put something there, and it might as well be the brilliant boss themes with Kelly Quinn of Sleeping with Sirens. So yeah, and there and say that whole, even that old loop-de-loop there, that is still annoying as hell because of how it works and everything. But yeah, then we get to the Chaos Emerald, and then we fight Wyvern. As I say, same thing applies, send the missiles back at him, then wheel on him. The downside is if you miss with the missiles, you have to watch Wyvern pretty much wait in place while you are waiting for him to launch his missiles again. So yeah, not great. Though it is satisfying to see Sonic throw Wyvern into the canyon, that is fun. But yeah, the waiting times are still there as well. Seriously, they could have at least changed the boss fights a bit to get rid of the, dare I say, not only the waiting period with Wyvern, but the whole climbing up and phases with both, dare I say, Giganto and Knight, who's the next. Seriously. This is probably the most annoying part of the game for me. Not actually the final boss we'll fight in the next episode, which, well, is supreme, but we'll get to that. At least I'll say this is better than the god-awful shoot 'em up, I'll say that. Slightly better. Not by much, but I'll say so when I get there. Other than that, we still get the Sonic trashing the missiles, and then pretty much pulling a Dragon Ball here by following Wyvern into space. Seriously. At least this, I can handle the button mashing now, I'll say this, of each of the Titans. At least that's something. And forcing Wyvern to open his mouth and eat all the missiles is still fun. It's just a shame I missed there. And there you saw the waiting period with Wyvern as well. It goes straight back to the to him Okay, he's not even doing anything there. He's just wasting his sweet time. Then we get to the missile bit again. And yeah, going to wipe his mouth and everything. Keep it open, etc, etc. And have him eat them, of course. Kaboom. And then we get to Knight. Knight again. Still the hardest of the lot. I hate the whole segment of the thing. I even lost strings there. I am not that good at dealing with his thing. Imagine it with the perfect parry. That would be actually worse here. And you have to still climb up his face. Seriously, I've never had to do that with any mech on. But never mind that. Still have to beat up on his shield and whatnot. So getting rid of his shield is a bit easier, I guess. Having got more abilities for Sonic and everything. And avoiding his sword, of course, as well. And of course, you still have to do the thing with his shield as well. Seems like you can go over his shield, which that is new. But yeah. Other than that, very much still a good fight. Even if it's more annoying now with the parry if you're doing this on normal or hard mode, as I say. Here comes the spinning shield again, so what we have to do here is send it back at him, of course. And given that I'm down to like 179 rings, I don't have much time to deal with it. So I'm just doing it willy-nilly here, just to counter Knight and everything. Here I just don't know where he's coming from, so yeah. I'm predicting his moves, of course. I got him lucky there, I think. Seriously. But other than that, I'm just slammed against the wall again. Yeah, I wasn't kidding with the Dragon Ball references. I mean, Sonic already literally is a Super Saiyan. How long before we get Super Sonic 2? Oh, well, that's going to be a thing, I think. And like before, the cutscenes still play again. I mean, yeah, it's badass, but at least you don't lose any rings or save this. And of course, Sonic still silenced the sword, which is also badass. Seriously. But that being said, we'll go to the cutscene where we speak to the Master King Koco, and indeed, seemingly it will give us the power to use our cyber corruption to our advantage, shall we say.
I can feel it. Oh, I can't wait to let loose. Huh. I'm not used to holding back.
Refacing Mendu Chuanju. Jul! Da in the summer duel at Saichu. Ne, Kaidan Mono one day. Daruk's blind da.
Oh, yeah?